Good day everyone. We are the topic 9, the Da Vinci Principles. So, Leonardo da Vinci was the ultimate high achiever with simultaneous career as a world-class artist, architect, scientist, and inventor and engineer. In his spare time, he also an accomplished cook and played musical instrument to a professional level. Therefore, if anybody can explain me how to apply creativity and learning skills productively, Da Vinci is the consummate role model. While it is true that Leonardo da Vinci was a genius, it also true that most people typically use only fraction of their potential brain power. Therefore, by analyzing how Da Vinci achieved so much, a system for personal and professional achievement can be developed. In essence, this system has 7 principles. Learning outcome. At the end of the topic, you are expected to identify and discuss the 7 Da Vincian principle. Next, explain how this principle can be applied in an art making. What are the 7 principles of Da Vinci? Number 1, curiosita or curiosity, making his insatiable quest for knowledge. Curiosita, one of the 7 principles of Leonardo da Vinci, encapsulates the essence of curiosity as driving the force behind continuous learning and improvement. This principle emphasizes the importance of cultivating a curious mindset that fuels an insatiable thirst of knowledge, exploration, and innovations. Aspect of curiosity. Inquisitiveness. Curiosity encourages individuals to question, explore, and seek understanding beyond conventional boundaries. It forms a deep sense of curiosity that drives one to delve into diverse subjects, ideas, and experience. Number 2, long life learning. Embracing curiosity fosters a commitment to lifelong learning and personal growth. It instills a mindset of constant improvement, encouraging individuals to expand their knowledge, skills, and perspective throughout their lives. Creative exploration. Curiosity fuels creative exploration and experimentation, inspiring individuals to think outside the box, challenge assumptions, and generate innovation solutions. It motivates a willingness to take risks and explore uncharted territories. Next is problem solving. A curious mindset enhances problem solving abilities by encouraging individuals to approach challenges with an open mind. Curiosity driven inquiry and willingness to explore unconventional solutions. It promotes adaptability and resilience in the face to complex problems. Next is interdisciplinary connection. Curiosita promotes the exploration of diverse disciplines and encourages the synthesis of ideas from different fields. It facilitates the creation of interdisciplinary connection, fostering a holistic understanding of complex issues and promoting innovative cross-disciplinary solution. Next is inspiration and motivation. Curiosity serves as a source of inspiration and motivation, driving individuals to seek new knowledge, experience, and opportunity for growth. It fuels passion, creativity, and a sense of purpose in endeavors that align with one's interests and aspirations. Next is continuous improvement. The pursuit of knowledge and continuous learning guided by curiosity leads to ongoing personal and professional development. Curiosity encourages individuals to strive for excellence, embrace feedback, and adapt new challenges, fostering a mindset of continuous improvement and growth. In essence, curiosity embodies the spirit of curiosity as fundamental human trait that propels individuals to explore, learn, innovate, and evolve. Embracing this principle can lead to a rich, fulfilling life characterized by intellectual curiosity, creative exploration, and relentless pursuit of knowledge and improvement source. Demonstration testing knowledge through personal experience. The seventh principle of Leonardo da Vinci, known as demonstration, underscores the importance of testing knowledge through personal experience rather than relying solely on the reports of beliefs of others. This principle emphasizes the value of hands-on experimentation, empirical observation, and practical application as essential components of learning and understanding. Aspect of demonstration. First is experiential learning. Demonstration advocates for learning through direct experience, active participation, and practical engagement with concepts, ideas, and phenomena. It encourages individuals to engage in hands-on activity, experiments, and real-world application to deepen their understanding and mastery of knowledge. Next is critical thinking. By testing knowledge throughout several personal experiment, individuals are prompted to think critically, analyze an information, and draw conclusions based on evidence and first-hand observation. This process fosters analytical skills, problem-solving abilities, and a deeper comprehension of complex concepts. Next is validation of information. Demonstration serves as means to validate information, theories, and hypotheses by subjecting them to empirical testing and verification. It enables individuals to confirm the accuracy and reliability of knowledge through direct observation and experimentation rather than relying on a second-hand source. Next is risk-taking and exploration. Embracing the principle of demonstration involves a willingness to take a risk, explore new ideas, and venture into uncharted territory. It encourages individuals to step out of their comfort zones, challenging assumptions, and push the boundaries of knowledge through first-hand and exploration and discovery. Next, learning from mistakes. Through personal experience, experimentation, individuals that of your opportunity to learn from mistakes, failures, and setbacks. Demonstration promotes a growth mindset that views error as valuable learning opportunities and encourage resilience, adaptability, and continuous improvement. Next is empirical evidence. The principle of demonstration emphasizes the importance of empirical evidence and tangible results as the foundation of knowledge and understanding. It underscores the value of direct observation, measurement, and experimentation in acquiring reliable and actionable insight. Next is self-reliance and independence. By testing knowledge through personal experience, individuals develop self-reliance, independence, and a sense of agency in their learning journey. They became empowered to seek answers, explore solutions, and make informed decisions based on their own observation and findings. In essence, demonstration embodied the spirit of experimental learning, empirical inquiry, and critical thinking as essential of elements of knowledge and acquisition and intellectual growth. By engaging in personal experimentation and testing, individuals can deepen their understanding, validate their beliefs, and cultivate a robust foundation of knowledge rooted in first-hand experience.
Good day, sir, dear and classmates. My name is Pervin Dolatre. My topic is sensation or sensation. Continue refinement of the senses to sharpen observation and response. Ang sensation ay ito yung pangunahing konsepto na galing kay Vincent na inugnay sa kilalang artist na palaisip na si Leonardo da Vinci. Ang sensation na ay kumbaga ito yung sensation o sensory perception. Sa English ay tumukoy sa ideya ng pagpapatalas ng mga pandama natin para mapahusay ang karanasan at pag-unawa ng isang tao sa mundo. Naniniwala si Leonardo da Vinci na tunay na maunawa ng pagkakomplikado ng mundo. Ang isa ay dapat na ganap na isali ang lahat ng kanilang mga pandama. Nikayat ng sensasyon ang mga individual na lubos na magkaroon ng kamalayan sa kanilang kapaligiran para maobserbahan ng husto ang mga detailed at pahalagaan ang yaman ng mga karanasang pandama natin. Sa pamamagitan naman ng pagpapalakas ng kanilang mga pandama na perception, ang mga individual ay maaaring bumuo ng isang mas malalim na koneksyon sa mundo sa paligid na umantong sa mas mataas na pagkamalikhaing pananaw at isang mas malalim na pagpapalaga sa arts, kalikasan at buhay sa pangkalahatan. Binibigyan din ang sensasyon kalagan ng pagiging naroon sa sandaling ito. Aktibong nakikipag-ugnayan sa kapaligiran tulad ng mga tao at tinatanggap ang pandama na stimuli na humubog sa mga pananaw. Meron din tayong mga example ng sensasyon. Number 1 is pagsasaliksik sa iba't ibang amoy sa paligid upang maunawa ng kahulugan ng bawat isa at epekto nito sa damdamin. Number 2 naman is pagmamasid sa mga detalye ng kulay at anyo ng mga bulaklak upang ma-appreciate ang kanilang kagandahan. May mga bulaklak din talaga na kailangan nating tignan ganyan para maunawaan natin ganyan, masense natin kung anong klaseng bulaklak ba yun. Paggamit ng pandinig upang maunawaan. Number 3 is paggamit ng pandinig upang maunawa ng iba't ibang tunog sa kapaligiran tulad ng huni ng ibon o tunog ng hangin. Siyempre, naliligan din ito yung mga tunog ng ibon tuwing umaga at yung hangin ganyan. Number 4 is pagtikman at pagnilayan ng lasa ng mga pagkain upang masayan at maunawa ng kalagaan ng bawat sangkap. Siyempre, kung nagluluto tayo, tinitikman natin ito kung may lasa ba o wala o may kulang na sangkap, ganyan. Number 5 example is paghawak sa mga bagay at pag-experiment sa iba't ibang texture upang ma-appreciate ang pagkaiba ng mga materials. May mga material talaga na iba't iba ganyan para sinesense natin doon kung malaman natin na kung ano bang klaseng material ba ito, ganyan. Number 6 example is pag-observe sa kilos at ekspresyon ng mga tao upang maunawa ng kanilang nararamdaman at sulubin. Number 7 is pagsasanay ng pandama sa kapaligiran upang maging mas sensitibo sa mga pagbabago at detalye sa paligid. Siyempre, kung naglalakad tayo sa danan ganyan, na papansin natin ganyan kung anong nangyari sa paligid ganyan, sa paraan ng pagsisense natin. Number 8 example is pagtutok sa mga detalye at lika ng arts upang ma-appreciate ang mga husay at kausayan ng mga artistang likha. Number 9 example is pagmamasid sa mga galaw ng hayop at iba't ibang nilalang upang maunawa ng kanilang kalikasan at ugali. Siyempre, na-identify natin yung mga hayop tulad ng aso at pusa. Nasa-sense natin kung anong meron silang ugali, ganyan, o kaya nangangagat ba ganyan, yung mga aso, ganyan. Number 10 is paggamit ng lahat ng pandama sa pagtuklas ng mga bagong karanasan at pagkulawa sa mundo. Or is sfumato. Sfumato, a painting technique employed by Da Vinci to create ethereal quality in his work, showing his ability to embrace ambiguity and change. Ang sfumato ay isang mahalagang concept din ng larangan ng sining ni Leonardo da Vinci. Ang salitang sfumato ay mula sa salitang Italiano na sfumare na nangungulagang palitin o maglaho tulad ng usok. Sa larangan ng sining, ang sfumato ay tumutukoy sa isang teknik sa pagpipinta na pagpapakita ng mga banayad na transisyon sa pagitan ng mga kulay o tono na nagre-resulta sa isang malabo at mahinang epekto ng walang malinaw na outline. Si Leonardo da Vinci ay isang eksperto sa teknik sfumato kung saan ginagamit niya ito upang makamit ang isang pakiramdam ng lalim realism. at misteryoso sa kanyang mga likha sa pamamagitan ng maingat na pagsasama-sama ng mga kulay at tono na gawa ni Da Vinci. Ang isang subtle at atmospheric na kalidad sa kanyang mga obra, lalo na sa kanyang kilalang likha. Example tulad ng Mona Lisa, likha niya yun. Ang sfumato ay hindi lamang isang teknik na paraan sa pagpipinta, kundi isang filosopikal na pamamaraan sa sining na nagbibigay diin sa kalagaan ng kahulugan. Ang pag-uugnay ng liwanag at anino, ito ay nagbibigay daan sa mga alagad ng sining na ipahayag ng emosyon ganyan, lumika ng isang pakiramdam ng misteryoso at magtampok ng isang pangarap na kalidad sa kanilang mga likha sa pamamagitan ng pagpalambot ng mga gilid at transisyon na yan. Overall is, ang sfumato ito yung pinapakita ng husay ni Da Vinci sa technical aspeto ng sining at ang kanyang kakayahan na huliin ng mga subtleties ganyan, ng kalikasan o yung mga expression ng kalikasan ganyan o pwede rin tao ganyan sa pamamagitan ng sining. May mga example din si sfumatos mga arts na ganyan. Example ni sfumato, number 1 example ni sfumati is yung ang pagpalambot ng mga gilid ng muka ng isang tao sa isang portrait upang magkaroon ng mas banayad na transisyon mula sa liwanag patungo sa anino. Number 2 example niya is yung paggamit ng technique sfumato sa pagguhit ng mga ulap sa isang larawan upang magkaroon ng malabo at misteryosyong epekto. Number 3 is ang pagpapalambot ng mga linya at detalye sa isang larawan ng bulaklak upang magkaroon ng mas natural at realistic na yung pagguhit niya mga bundok ganyan at bulaklak yan, parang nagiging totoo na ganyan. Ang paggamit ng sfumato sa pagguhit ng mga bundok sa isang tanawin upang magkaroon ng ilusyon ng malalayong distansya. Yung naguguhit din siya ng mga bundok. Siyempre, kala mo kayo malayo, pero malapit lang pala yun, sa drawing lang pala. Ang number 5 is ang paglalambot ng mga kulay sa isang sunset painting upang may pakita ang maganda at malambing at pagbubog ng araw. Grabe siya ng gawa, no? Parang realistic na talaga yung paggagawa ng sunset ganyan. Mga painting niya, mga obra niya. Number 6 is ang paggamit ng sfumato sa pagguhit ng mga silhouettes ng mapuno sa isang gabi upang magkaroon ng misteryosong atmosfera. Another example niya is yung paggamit ng technique ng sfumato sa pagguhit ng mga alon sa dagat upang magkaroon ng malalim at malawak na pakiramdam. Siyempre habang naguguhit sa ganyan, parang napipil niya ganyan ba yung like na emosyon niya ganyan. Kaya ganun din sa kahulugan ng pagguhit niya. Number 9 is ang paglambot ng mga kulay at tono sa isang painting na bulkan upang magkaroon ng ilusyon ng pagpusok at init. The last example niya is yung paggamit ng sfumato sa pagguhit ng mga mata ng isang tao para magkaroon ng mas malalim at expressive na yung meron din siya yung guhit ng mata ganyan. Doon talaga nihulog niya lahat ng mga expression na ganyan, mga damdamin niya para maganda yung kinalabasan ng mga ginawa niyang art niya. That's all po. Thank you.
Good day, classmate. Good day, Sir Beer. This is my report all about the arte or scienza. Developing a balance between logic and imagination. After all, imagination without logic is a daydreaming. Other terms for this balancing between art and science, as well as whole brain thinking. In art appreciation, the concept of balancing between logic and imagination can be seen as essential for understanding and enjoying artistic creation. fully, here's how it applies. Logic in art. Logic in art refers to the technical aspect such composition, color theory, perspective, and symmetry. Its structure framework that artists use to create their work, ensuring that elements elements and communicate effectively. For instance, understanding the principles of proportion and balance in painting demonstrates the logical side of the art appreciation. Next is the imagination in art. Imagination in art encompasses creativity, expression, and the artist's unique vision. Expression it's the imaginative spark that brings artwork to the life, conveying emotion, ideas, and narrative. Imagination allows artists to break free from convention, experiments with different styles, and evoke powerful responses in viewers. Next is by embracing both logic and imagination in art appreciation, we gain a richer understanding and connection with artworks. Deeper interpretation, balancing art, science, or logic and imagination allow us to delve deeper into artworks, interpreting not just their technical aspect but also their emotional resonance, cultural context, and symbolic meanings. Appreciation of creativity. Whole brain thinking in art appreciation encourages us to appreciate the artist's creativity, innovation, and ability to blend technical skill with the imaginative expression, leading to the more profound appreciation of their work. Next is the engagement and emotion. When we approach art with a balanced perspective, we engage both of our analytical faculties and emotional responsiveness. This dual engagement enhances our overall experience, making art appreciation more fulfilling and meaningful. In the essence of balancing logic and imagination, in art appreciation enable us to appreciate the craftsmanship and creativity behind artwork, while also connecting with their deeper layers of expression and significance.
Connection wearing together multiple discipline around a single idea. The principle of connection in Leonardo da Vinci seven principle emphasizes the interconnectedness of knowledge and the integration of multiple discipline around a central idea. This principle underscores the importance of recognizing and appreciating in their interconnectedness. All things weaving together diverse fields of study to gain a holistic understanding of the world. So, the key aspect of connection is interdisciplinary approach. Connection encourage an interdisciplinary approach to learning and the problem solving where the diverse fields of study were interconnected and integrated to explore complex issues from multiple perspectives. It involved weaving together knowledge from various disciplines to create a comprehensive understanding of central idea or concept. Number two is the system thinking. Embracing the connection involve adopting a system thinking mindset where individuals recognize the interdependence and interconnectedness
of different elements within a system. It involves understanding how various components interact and influence each other within a larger context. Next, the number three is the holistic perspective. Connection promotes a holistic perspective that considers the relationship and connection between the different discipline, ideas, and phenomena. It encourages individuals to see the bigger pictures, identified patterns, are appreciate the unity and harmony that exists among seemingly separated elements. The number four is the creative synthesis. The principle of connection foster creative synthesis by combining ideas, concept, and approach from multiple disciplines to generate innovative solution and insight. It encourages thinking outside traditional disciplinary boundaries and embracing the richness of diverse perspective. Number five is the unity of knowledge. Connection highlights the unity of knowledge and the interconnected nature of all disciplines. It emphasizes that no field of study exists in isolation and that each discipline continues to a broader tapestry of understanding. By recognizing this connection, individuals can gain a more profound appreciation for the complexity and the beauty of the world. Number six is the appreciations of interconnectedness. Through connection, individual develops an appreciation for the interconnectedness. All of things recognize that every aspect of the universe is linked. In some way, this interconnected view foster empathy, understanding the sense of unity with the world and its inhabitants. The seven is the innovative thinking. By weaving together multiple disciplines around a central idea, connection stimulates innovative thinking and creative problem solving. It encourages individuals to draw inspiration from diverse sources, make unexpected connection, and explore novel approach to the complex challenge. To essence, connection embodies the spirit of unity, interconnectedness, and interdisciplinary collaboration, encouraging individuals to appreciate the richness of diverse knowledge who perspective. By wearing together multiple disciplines around a central idea, individual can gain deeper and deeper understanding of the world and unlock new possibilities for creativity, innovative, and discovery.